In task 5, we're going to look at real-world applications involving absolute value inequalities, and then we're going to solve them. So let's look at the first example. A company's target sales goal is $140,000 for a certain quarter. It will consider that it has met its target if it is within $12,500 of the goal. Find the range of values that will be considered meeting its target. Okay, so first thing, we need to set up an absolute value inequality, and I'll try to explain why. So we're going to start with an unknown. We don't know how many sales this company is going to have for a certain quarter. And so what do we use in algebra for something that we don't know, an unknown quantity? Usually we use the variable x. So x is the sales, and we want that to be close to the goal of 140,000. Well, closeness in math is found by subtraction. So we're going to do x minus 140,000. And then we don't care whether, we want this to be the positive closeness. How close is it in a positive way? And so to make this a positive value, we add absolute value symbols. And then we have an error. This x, our unknown, can be within 12,500 of the goal. And then the last piece for the inequality is the inequality part. So we have the absolute value, but we don't have the inequality yet. So it says we want to find the range of values that will be considered meeting its target. So meeting its target means it needs to be close to what it's supposed to be. And so in that case, we're going to use less than or equal to, because that indicates we want the x to be close to 140,000. And so then, once it's set up, you have to solve it to find the range. So solving an absolute value inequality with less than is going to look like this. You take the inside of the absolute value, x minus 140,000, without the absolute value. We add the right side, less than or equal to 12,500. And then we add on the left the same symbol, but now we put negative 12,500. Because now, without the absolute value, that expression could be negative or positive, and we don't know. And then to solve it, all it takes is getting the x by itself in the middle. So I've got x minus 140,000. So to get rid of the minus 140,000, I do the opposite, and I add it. But then I have to add it not only on the right, but I also have to add it on the left. So then I do the math. Those cancel. I have x in the middle, less than or equal to 152,500 on the right, and then 127,500 on the left. And so that is my range of values. X can be between 127,500 and 152,500, and we'll still consider that meeting the goal of 140,000. Now, let's look at example 2. This is going to be the other type we're going to see. It says the ideal weight of an iPhone 10 is 6.140 ounces. This weight can vary by 0.002 ounces, and anything outside this range is considered defective. Find the range of weights for defective iPhone 10s. Okay, so again, we start with our variable. We don't know the weight of a particular iPhone 10 that a factory produces. We want to find out how close it is to what it's supposed to be, but we only care about the positive difference, and it can be within an error of 0.002. And now, what's different is we're looking for the defective ones. So we're looking for the ones that are either too big or too small. And so that means the absolute value of the difference is more than what it's supposed to be. And so we put in greater than or equal to as our inequality symbol. Now to solve this, it's going to be a little different because we have two parts. We have what if x is too big, and then we have what if it's too small. So too big means that this difference, x minus 6.140, is greater than or equal to the error. Or, and the word or is part of the range, so don't forget to write that. Or too small would be x minus 6.140 is less than or equal to negative 0.002. Okay? So same number, but negative, and the inequality switches. Then we solve. And solving these is just like before, except you solve them both separately. So I'm going to add 6.140 on both sides, and I get x greater than 6.142, or, and then I solve the second one the same way. And I get x is less than 6.138. And so this is the range. It goes in the line. It doesn't have to be exactly on the line. So I find that if x is more than 6.142, then it's too big, it's defective. If x is less than 6.138, it's too small, it's also defective. And so that is the range of defective iPhone Xs. And so to size, what you're going to have to figure out is it's always going to be x minus the target, and the target is also the goal or what it's supposed to be. The language could be different. And then you're going to have the error margin. And so then what you have to figure out in each problem is, are you dealing with less than, or are you using greater than? And less than, as I mentioned, that's when you're looking for the good or the acceptable, the okay, etc. ones. Or in the case of greater than, that's when you're looking for the bad ones, unacceptable, the rejected ones, maybe unhealthy. Again, when it's too big or too small, etc. And so notice if you have the first type, well, that's like example 1. So if you have the first type, then look back at example 1 for how to solve. And then if you have the second type, that's like example 2. So you can look back at example 2 for how to solve. So hopefully that'll be enough to get you through the 5 practice problems.